Good day and welcome to this training video presented by the Computer Aided Institute for Draftsmen. Now in this video I'm working on the program called, or the program from Trimble called Tekla Structures. I'm working on version 2021, service pack number 6. In this video I'm going to work today on doing your shortcuts, how to allocate new shortcuts, to modify your shortcuts, and to do and program it to your specifications, how you want it. Now Tekla does come out with its own shortcut, but you can even modify it when you want to change it to your specifications. So let's start off. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up the File tab. Now the File tab is allocated, as you can see, File pops up. It's this tab right here. So I'm going to choose it. Go to your settings and you're going to choose your keyboard shortcuts. Now this is your current shortcuts. Now just note that on this one that you have different sections. The first section, or group rather, is your modeling group. Then you have your drawing and your planning groups. Now I'm going to go to my drawings because currently I want to modify it to my specification, how I really want it. Now do note on the following. You can set up anything you want it, but if it's already predefined, it's going to ask you to reallocate it, or you can just override it. So now I'm just going to show you a quick example. Alright, so let's start off. Add dimension point. The first thing I'm going to do, it doesn't have a shortcut. So what I'm going to do is, it's one of the functions that we do use a lot in the drawing, if you are one of those people that like to use it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to allocate the letter D to it. So I'm going to say assign. Now do note you can do it anyone you want. You can even use the letter A if you want. I just have a different function for my A. That's the only thing. So now I'm going to go ahead. Now that's add dimension point. Now add free dimension is already allocated as F. I'm going to keep it as that. Horizontal, I'm going to allocate the letter H for horizontal. Then you have your, let's see, add horizontal. Yes, you can choose all these, but for the selected, add marks for selected parts. I'm going to allocate the letter Z to that. So what happens is, I'm going to say assign. You have to highlight your items and then you're going to press Z to allocate it. So we've got that one. So now I'm going to look ahead for the rest of it. So let's see, add vertical dimension. I'm going to say V for vertical. I'm going to assign it. Now as you can see, now V is already allocated now. They will say assign the shortcut will clear the conflicting shortcuts. Are you sure you want to continue? I'm going to say yes. I don't know what it's currently, it did state. I'm going to show you where it showed that if we get to another point. Now we can do arrange. Here we go. Arrange drawing objects near current location. Arrange drawing views. Now you can say arrange drawing views. I'm going to say the letter A. So currently it conflicts with the absolute location, which we don't really use. So I'm going to say yes, we can do that. So we can work through this entire shortcut basis. So I'm going to look just quickly for what we can use. Document, draw lines, no. Explode file, no. Different inputs, I don't really know. This is the macros. Pan, next position. Okay, so what I want to try to look for is if we can get next drawing, for instance. So I can allocate something for that. Okay, save. Currently I'm going to change save, Control S. I'm going to change it to just S. So as you can see, if you already have a shortcut and you press a new shortcut, it's going to say it's Control S or it's just the S. But if I press S again, it will be just the S. I'm going to say assign. Toggle drawing, drag and drops. I'm not really using that. So we can now continue on with the next one. Select drawing text. We're not really on the select part. Let's see if we can get what's everything in drawing. So I'm going to choose a filter. This is all the drawing, anything that has drawing in it. So close drawing mode, copy, yes, create, doesn't really say what I want currently. Drawing view properties, height, macro, open next drawing. I'm going to change this to just N. So I'm going to assign it, doesn't have any conflicts. And then it says previous drawing. I'm going to say P. Now it's currently conflicting with ban, doesn't really bother me. I'm going to say save it. So this is the drawing. This is everything of the drawing that I really wanted to use. Now let's go to our modeling section. On the modeling section, I'm just going to close everything that says drawing itself. So you currently have 3D view, which means you can automatically open up it as a 3D view, but not really something that we want to do. Now you can have different choices how you want to do this. So let's type in the letter steel. Now you can say create steel, polybeam, spiral beam, twin beam, steel beam properties. So you have different, if we go a bit up, we get a rest, create steel beam. Now, let's say I want to do that. So I'm going to say B. So I'm going to assign it. Column, I'm going to say a C. Assign it. Contour plate, I'm just going to say P. Now, pan is currently, I don't really care, so I'm going to say yes. So then we have 3 of those. Now, polybeam, what I can do is I can say Control B. Now create report, doesn't really matter, I don't care about that one. And let's see, you can open up the properties. I'm not going to do that. So now currently you have the function you can choose at the top for the beam. So I just wanted to make sure that my snaps are all correct. So I'm going to choose this point to this point. So there's your normal beam inserted. However, if I press the letter B, I can also input beam. If I press C, I can input the column. There we go. And if I say Control B, I have what's called the polybeam. And we finish the function. There it is. So I'm just going to move that. Now again, you can even choose. So let's do that. Let's go to settings again. I'm going to choose the keyboards. And I'm going to say move. So just for the function move, you can say Control M. Or you can just say M. So I'm going to assign that. And for copy, we can say Control C. So I'm just going to say copy. So the normal copy is already at Control C. So if I choose this one, I say Control C, I can choose my point and I place it down. If I say M, I can choose my point and I move it. And there we have it. Now normal P will be my contour plate, this function right here. So I'm going to choose my contour plate. There we go. So there we go. There we have the different shortcuts already initiated and installed in our program. Now let's see how it works with our drawing. So I'm going to say normal modified objects. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose this and just say drawing. So the auto drawing wizard will pop up. If I double click on it, the process, there we go. And I'm going to say create from all. Now, do remember if you do watch the next video of how you're going to do the your own company properties and your predefined environmental settings, you'll see how we're going to edit how we want the drawings to be made and also how it must be allocated. Now, currently, as you can see, it has different page sizes, so in short, my Tekla is not yet predefined in how I want the drawings to be made and how it should be made, but that will be discussed in the next video. So I'm going to open up the first drawing. So I'm going to test out all of my brand new shortcuts. So let's minimize this part. I'm going to close this. So now currently we have a 6 meter. So if I press D, it's supposed to add a dimension point. As you can see, it did. If I press H, it's supposed to give me a dimension. Horizontal. If I press V, there's the vertical. Now, if you're brand new to Tekla, you haven't worked on Tekla before, how I finish the command is I press on my point, I press on my last point, or if I want to have a midpoint, I press on the midpoint as well. And when I want to finish it and I want to place a dimension, I press my middle button for my mouse. There we go. So there we have it. So currently all of those work. So I'm going to delete my part mark and I'm going to choose it again and press Z. There we go. If I press A, it arranged it in the drawing, as you can see. So we have that. So let's say if I create a view, I'm just going to double click on this. Just note that the reason I double click on it, I want to apply its current properties, so that when I create a view, the view will be of this type of properties. So I'm going to press apply. Now again, this will be handled in detail in another video or in class if you are attending our classes. So I applied it, and I'm going to say section view is the one I want to create right now. So I'm going to choose section view. I'm going to create just a quick top view. Now again, there's another way of doing this, but again, this will be discussed in a different video. So now I'm going to press A, and as you can see, it automatically shrinked. So it changed the scale and it moved my items. If I press A again now, you'll see that the scale is now 1:5, but it is also longer and bigger. So what it does, it arranges it so that it will fit into my drawing. Now let's see, if I press S, I don't know if it worked, but there's one way to find out. If I go to the next view, it will either ask me to, do I want to snapshot save it, or it will ask me nothing. If it asks nothing, I know it's worked. So I'm going to press the letter N for next page, and it worked. So let me show you. If I just move and I press N, it will ask me, do you want to keep the change to drawing, mark drawing ready for issue. If I press S and I press P for previous, it won't ask me that. So I know that the shortcuts that we've initiated in this program actually works perfectly now. So this is how you're going to modify all of your shortcuts and predefine them to your specifications and to your liking. Thank you very much.